Rainy on Wednesday, heavy at times. Good Tuesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center, where you can see the line of showers and storms moving across parts of the mid-Mississippi River Valley. Not far from, say, Shreveport, now moving toward Memphis. Also some flood watches in green that extend into parts of Alabama. We also have a high wind watch for the Smokies, as this system will be affecting us, especially tomorrow and tomorrow night. But over 19 lightning strikes last checked. It's snowing pretty steadily across the Dakotas. We zoom in a little bit closer and you can see it's not affecting the state of Tennessee just yet, but it will as the night wears on. Most of what we see will be moving in before the sun is up tomorrow. High wind watch issued by the National Weather Service. Morristown starts tomorrow afternoon, runs through 7 a.m. Thursday for winds that could be gusting close to 70 miles per hour, but just the sustained winds will come out of the southeast about 20 to 35 miles per hour. Wind speeds aren't all that bad now, but again, they're locally strong, or will be, as the night and day wears on tomorrow, as we'll be watching the Smokies particularly. But at the almanac, our high temperature came in at 58 degrees. That was my expectation today. That's 7 degrees above normal. Record high 71, set back in 2007. We saw a high of 57 today in Oak Ridge, La Follette, 57 in Morristown, 58 Maryville, and 56 in Kingston. Tellico Plains coming in today at 58 degrees. We saw the clouds start to move in late today. We had a lot of sunshine in the middle part of the day, but as the clouds are beginning to approach, we'll find, I think, more opportunities for rain heading into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. And as we track the radar, more rain beginning to approach Paducah, also to the west of Memphis, just a matter of time before it approaches West Tennessee. Now, how much rain can we realistically expect? Well, I'd say anywhere from 1.5 inches to possibly 3 inches plus. That would be some accounts. Some models suggest that, almost closing in on 4 inches around Oneida. So locally higher amounts may be on the table, with far lesser amounts in places like Sevierville, Newport, or even Greenville. But if you look at the future rainfall from another perspective, different model, not quite as heavy with the rain, but it still rains pretty steadily. Anywhere in yellow would represent 2 inches, and you can see that about Oak Ridge, 1.9, some areas in the Southern Valley, south and west of Athens, closing in on 2 inches as well. So we'll be watching this closely, but look at all the snow reports. I mean, plentiful. We've got snow all over the place, places where you might not expect it. I know New Mexico maybe picked up 1 inch, some areas in the Rockies, 6.5 inches total snowfall there in parts of Colorado, up towards, say, South Dakota, 11.5 inches. Is that all? That's all. And sadly, there have been 4 tornadoes today in Texas as of this recording. Those are the red markers you see here. There were 5 injuries from what I'm reading from the Storm Prediction Center, about 3 miles northeast of Grapevine, Texas. 3 miles northeast of Grapevine, Texas, that's Tarrant County. They've had 5 injuries from one of the tornadoes that affected areas in Texas. So our thoughts and prayers are there for sure. Headlines for tonight: turning rainy and heavy times at times on Wednesday. Rain ends early Thursday, and it does turn colder on Friday with some sunshine and some scattered clouds. I wanted to be festive with the flashing lights. Storm Prediction Center, we also want to talk about that because we mentioned 4 tornadoes in Texas. There could be more before the night is through. This is the Storm Prediction Center map for the rest of tonight, early tomorrow. It includes places like Jackson, Mississippi, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Monroe, Louisiana. But nothing going on here. In fact, you'll notice we are void of any color, which is a good sign, but any color that we get of the light shade of green tomorrow may be associated with some rumbles of thunder. But the risk for a tornado is still about 10% chance in yellow. That extends from Tyler, Texas to Jackson, Mississippi. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it moves further south into southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, where there could be an outbreak of tornadoes, potentially. New Orleans, Baton Rouge, still under the crosshairs, but you'll notice that we now suddenly have a light shade of green. That means we could get some convection. We could get some thunderstorms anywhere in East Tennessee. We'll be watching that as well, and you may hear or maybe feel your house rattle if we get one of those, certainly tomorrow night and into Thursday morning. But the tornado risk for Wednesday, this is tomorrow, still 10%. That includes Mobile, Gulfport, and maybe just in the far western sections of the panhandle of Florida, about a 5% chance there in Montgomery, Alabama. Now, a Futurecast shows this storm system winding up like a top. The low is well up toward the north, toward not far from Rapid City, South Dakota. But you'll see the warm front, and our temperatures tomorrow may only be in the lower to mid 50s for highs, but it starts to turn rainy as this overrunning of rain comes into Knoxville like so. Then it really starts to show signs of getting more organized tomorrow night. So Wednesday night, there's 11 o'clock. you'll notice the rain starts to come down in buckets. So it comes in stages. It'll be heavy at times, but by the time we get closer to 5:45, 6 a.m. almost on Thursday morning, it's moving out. It's moving toward the Smokies, and it's changing over to a mix around D.C., so I'm sure they'll be not too thrilled about sleet and freezing rain there. But we will be dealing with ourselves just the rain as this front moves further away by 9, and then the sun should pop out on Thursday afternoon with a little bit more breezes. We'll see gusts around 20-25, but certainly by that point, the high wind warning or watch will probably have expired by then for the Smokies. Friday looks dry, also some sun, scattered clouds, but all in all, not a bad day on Friday if you can stand the colder air. So for tonight, increasing clouds. Clouds will thicken. It will eventually become cloudy if it's not already. Rain showers develop late. Lows around 44 degrees. 40 in La Follette, 47 Kingston, 38 in Sevierville. Wednesday looks like this. We're looking at a high of 53. Cloudy, rainy, heavy at times with a northeast wind about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Only low 50s for Wartburg and Morristown, 55 for Maryville, Alcoa, 56 for Sevierville, 55 for Newport, about 53 for La Follette, Caryville, and Jacksboro for an afternoon high on Wednesday. Here is your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. 56 on Thursday, rain ends early. 48 on Friday, that's pretty chilly. Normal high is about 51 this time of year. And then it's a pretty cold weekend. Lots of high clouds on Saturday, low 40s on Sunday, and the potential for drops and flakes going into Tuesday now of next week with more cloudiness. But overnight lows, we're going back into the mid-20s. That's going to be abrupt, especially as we get further into the weekend. And some of us will say, hey, I got to turn up the heat. It's got to work a little stronger to get you through this period of time. By the way, don't forget the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. It's free. Go to the App Store, Google Play. Just search Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play, and you'll find it there. Anyway, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.